hello.
I summoned others to come with us on this journey.
Welcome to episode 30 of Therapy of the Absurd. How's everybody doing?
You're all muted and stuff, Stacy.
I know.
We're in our wrestler voice. Do yours. Do it now.
I didn't want to interrupt whatever that was.
Come on, give us a wrestler voice.
A wrestler voice.
It sounds like constipation.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, I really gotta go. My roid cycle keeps me really pumped back.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't eat before we talked.
So how's your doggy? Is your doggy doing well?
Like,
what was that?
Oh, Facebook. It was an ad for constipation.
Oh, there you go. Is Imodium AD, is that for that, or is that to make it stop?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't use medicine.
Imodium AD. I don't know. I'm scared to Google it because then I'll start getting all those like.
It either makes you go or it makes it stop.
Like, I'm afraid to Google anything now, not because like if I kill somebody and the police go after my browser history, but more like of the ads I'm going to start getting randomly.
She's really concerned about diarrhea. Send her more ads.
Like, it's just going to end up into some awkward thing because I just like when I see something funny, I just show anyone my phone. So if I were to just hand over my phone because I saw something funny and then they see like constipation tablets or douches, like I'd rather not risk it.
Yeah.
Douches? You going on Breitbart.com or something?
No.
How's it going, Dan?
How's it going?
You know, I spent like the last few days like. So there was this bear family, and I decided there's some noise in the background somewhere.
Oh.
Anyways, I decided to follow this bear family because I thought they were part of a cult. So I like followed them in the forest, and they're not in a cult. They were just having a picnic.
Oh.
So, yeah, now I regret calling child services.
Oh, boy. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! We're talking about Yogi.
Oh, wait, are we talking about?
Hey, boo boo!
Hey, boo-boo, put on this robe and do this dance with me.
You're taking picnic baskets. Yeah, Yogi.
Can you utter the 7 oaths of our sacred order? Oh wait, I turned into Bernie Sanders. Yeah, Yogi Bear like got older.
What was that? That was a Bernie. Bernie took the picnic baskets.
The Bernie Sanders of Yellowstone. Look, I gotta take your picnic basket. Why? Because some people don't even have a picnic basket. Okay.
That's right. We're gonna diversify these picnic baskets.
We say hello, Nick. Hello, Sergio. Hello, Ronnie.
Yes. Hello, Ronnie. Howdy, Ronnie. How are you?
Oh, Ronnie, you need to send me your address so we can send you a cool gift.
I have his address. I have some addresses. No. Because you guys all told me to take addresses, so I took address. I'll send you what I got.
Stephen, if you put that on one of the banners on the screen, we can all write it down right now. Okay, thanks. Wait, don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, don't do that.
He's like, no, don't tell him about my address.
But you guys, if anyone is interested who hasn't gotten any Therapy of the Absurd stickers, we are officially giving away some stickers. So all you have to do is just like our post and then follow us.
Yeah. And then vandalize a bus. Wait, I didn't say that. So now
only
you can't
if Dan owns the bus. If Dan owns the bus, it's okay.
Allegedly. My name is Stacy, and I do not consent this message.
Yeah, I do not endorse. No.
Consent, endorse.
Yes, there is some good news, though. There's some very good news. Tonight at midnight, something mucho excelente is going to be dropping on everybody.
You're not shaving your back again, are you?
Damn it, Dan. You spoiled the surprise. Coming to America, too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
March 5th, tonight at midnight.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready. I'm
My
ready.
girlfriend had like a
Sexual
premiere
chocolate.
thing.
Sexual chocolate.
My girlfriend had a premiere thing at her house yesterday, and so I thought I had my dates confused because she was like, "Come over, we're at 5 o'clock," and I didn't make it. And so I've been sitting in my house like, "Oh my gosh, I could watch Coming to America," and I keep forgetting. But it's not official until tomorrow. Okay, got it.
Oh no,
I'm
yeah,
not-
12:01, man.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm sorry,
tonight.
guys,
Mhm.
but at 12
excited.
on the dot tonight, I will be putting on Disney Plus, and I'm going to be seeing the WandaVision finale. Okay, Coming to America can wait. Like I'll wait for the weekend. You know what? I saw that snippet with Leslie Jones, and it kind of like she's great. I loved her acting and performance, but I just felt like I'm
Yes,
like,
Ronny.
wait, I'm lost. Is this like he didn't have like does he have kids with his wife, the one that ended the movie with, or like I'm so confused now, like what the sequel is about.
The sequel is alleged. Well, at least what I read when it was coming out that he made a child while here looking for his wife.
Yeah.
So in the part of the movie that did not air, he made a child. He got somebody pregnant and and whatever. And then now we come back to find the child, and this is and hijinks ensue.
Oh, and then I guess he's like the first to the throne, right? Because he's the first
exactly.
one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's the big deal because he's the heir to the throne.
There you guys. There you have a plot point. I didn't even know that. I didn't bother. I was excited when the news came out, and I guess the pandemic. We've been getting hit with a lot of content coming out, so I just totally I didn't even bother reading what it was about after that. But I was excited. But then I saw that clip over the weekend. Like my TikTok's been getting hit with the Coming to America 2 clips, and that's the one where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the weekend. Like I'm not dying to see it, but
I have to watch it right away.
As a feminist, when it comes to reboot films, yeah, I don't like it when they remake movies with the female characters instead of the male characters. Do you know why? Because give them some original stories. Come on, don't just give them leftover stories from the past. Let's give some original stories out if you're going to be cool.
Oh
we
my!
brought that up because we're talking about the Ghostbusters reboot instead of Coming to America. Now, tell me why we brought it up.
No, because we're talking about reboots in general. I mean, then again, it's a sequel. Yeah, no, that's why.
Okay,
but it's like, because I'm sorry, for some reason, this made me think of the sequel they did of Bill and Ted's, where they decided that we're going to do the same story, but we're just going to do it with their daughters now, and these guys are going to be ancillary characters during
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
is that the one that just came
it's
out?
No, write a more original story if you're going to.
The Ghostbusters movie, that's what they did. It was all women Ghostbusters as opposed to any men.
I think they were set up to fail. I think they were set up to fail. The writing wasn't so great on that.
On the Ghostbusters, I did not.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
It.
You don't need to see it.
I saw it
It's not good.
I was like, I was doing other stuff while watching. It was just background noise because honestly, there are some. It had such a great cast. You can't fail with Leslie Jones.
She got berated bad for that movie. I mean, she got cyberstalk controlled hard.
She gets. You know what? She gets trolled. She gets trolled. People just don't like her attitude. I love her. I feel cool. Like I'm having when she does her stand up, it feels like you're having a conversation with this person. I absolutely enjoy her persona and her character.
Right.
I know. I don't know, but I think she gets attacked. I think she gets attacked for being a strong Black woman. That's question. She's great. She's great. I hate when people come after her because she's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the thing why that movie failed is they didn't get enough of the original people to write it. That was the problem. They should have had the money and put that money into that.
Doesn't matter. They could have had the original people write it, but the reality is they released whatever they
wanted.
The
director is not
crappy writing. I mean,
the director also.
So basically, I'm hoping that Coming to America 2 is really, really good because there's been some sequels and some reboots lately that are why you could have just wrote this for a couple more months longer. This could have been good.
No, they've been working on the Coming to America. The Eddie Murphy interview I saw said about 5 years, not 5 years, 4 years, 4.5 years. And if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, but if I am, somebody correct me. But the director is the director of My Name is Dolomite. Am I mistaken by that? I think he's the one who directed the Coming to America
Probably.
2.
Mm.
I
didn't see
that's
it.
what I thought I heard, but I could be wrong.
Well, we can find out.
Yeah.
That's why we're not a news show, everybody. Well, we do have to get going to our first segment of the evening. And our first segment, brought to us by Dana, is the race for representation. I think it's a discussion. Yes.
I don't. It was it's Dana and Stefan, but I'm here.
Oh, okay. No, take the credit.
How did I get to be okay? I was trying to find, but I know I'm here for it. Y'all know you. I mean, I think y'all know me well enough to know, but I'm here for it. I just prepared for.
I'm sorry.
Craig. Oh, that's right, Craig. Okay, this is a sidebar. Craig Brewer, Hustle and Flow. That's
And he's white, right?
Yeah. Craig Brewer is white. I don't.
Wrong director.
He did Dolomite. I mean, like if you say I saw Dolomite, but if
that's what he said. I thought
if you say, but I mean, and I'm sure he did. But the thing is, if you say Craig Brewer to me, then I'm gonna know. I'm gonna say Hustle and Flow just because.
Oh yeah, great movie too.
Right.
Oh, I love that movie.
So he directed and wrote Hustle and Flow, Black Snake Moan,
Right.
Footloose. Ugh.
Footloose. Hey, that's the only dance a diabetic can do.
Okay, and then he directed Dolomite, and he directed the sequel to. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this is gonna play out. I mean, actually,
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good. 4 years. I mean, come on.
Honestly, I'm just like, where did this white guy like decide to make like these movies? Like, where was he raised? No, I'm just
Tennessee. If
if I
have it right, let me do my due diligence. That's what I remember. At the time of Hustle and Flow, it was all a big deal. So let's see. Let's see.
According to Wikipedia, there's nothing about his childhood. He probably grew up in the most whitest of suburbs, and he's like, they're gonna take that, they're gonna use it against me. Hide it, remove it.
Right. I'm wondering. For some reason, I don't know why Tennessee comes up for me.
As long as he is,
the movies are shot there.
As long as he's making the content, speaking from his heart, and working hard with the people who he's putting in the content.
I mean, there's a certain like Black Snake Moan has
that was right.
That's great, the thing. It has this representation that I'm like, and then Hustle and Flow, the same thing. Though.
Oh, I like Hustle.
Wasn't he a pimp or? It was a long time ago. I haven't rewatched
I've only seen scenes of Black Snake Moan.
It has these stereotypical roles that I'm not a fan of, which is why I'm like, I would have gotten it, if it wasn't a white guy.
Yeah, okay. So just as a sidebar, Craig Brewer is from Memphis, Tennessee. Like that's I remember that just because, like, to your point earlier, just about when we talk about representations. If nothing else, what I'll do is my due diligence because I'm always trying to find out. I would never. It's a tough conversation for a number of reasons because you want authenticity. Color doesn't mean that there will automatically be authenticity, but the thing is, we have to look at it both ways. As an African American woman who has, striven to direct, I would feel some kind of way if they wouldn't let me direct Renee Zellweger or Meg Ryan.
Because don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Here, I just went on his IMDb. He was born in Virginia, but he was raised in Orange County.
Before you say that, the other thing I found was that
Orange County.
They moved. Listen. So I saw all of that. They moved to Vallejo. They moved to Orange County, but his childhood is spent
Memphis, Tennessee.
That's all I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Wait. Orange County. Do you mean like LBC?
Okay. I don't do well. So on his IMDb, on his IMDb it says spent most of his childhood in Memphis, Tennessee. So I don't know. And then but the other thing I read first also talked about when the family moved to Vallejo into Orange County. So for me, IMDb is a credible source that I do rock with. So, and because I also knew at the time that that's where he spent his childhood, because that's the only reason that he had any credibility with me at the time. I'm going to rock out with what I know.
Oh yeah. Ronnie said Black Snake Moan was good. Samuel Jackson, always amazing.
Oh yeah. Samuel Jackson is incredible. Again, you have such a great cast, my only problem, and again, this is just my opinion. I feel like these movies are made in such a stereotypical way where they are strong characters, but they're also like okay. Like I didn't know they were coming from a white guy, and that's where it blows my mind. Like if I go to IMDb, the mini bio says this guy was raised in Orange County. I'm like, where did you get this interpretation bit?
No, I know Eddie Murphy helped work with him on the script, so it's not gonna.
The other thing, before, and also when we talk about Black Snake Moan or any of it being stereotypical, I think the tough part is one of the things I said to people: is if you spend enough time,
yes, it can, Ronnie.
If you spend enough time in any of the places that some of these films are shot in, like when I saw the film where Halle Berry got her Oscar, that people had a lot of issue with. I don't remember the name of the film now.
Monster?
So, yeah.
No, not Monster. Not Monsters Ball, I think.
Yeah, Monsters Ball.
Oh, great movie.
Like first of all, let me say, so two things. Black Snake Moan just wasn't on my list of things to go see. I spent enough time in the rural South, and I've seen all of those people. I've seen the Halle Berry characters. These are not for me because I've lived and witnessed them. I spent summers at my grandparents in small towns where these things take place, and those people really do exist.
Oh, yeah, like, I don't need to see that. I lived with that.
They are character types and archetypes that may not be widely known, but they are in fact not necessarily stereotypes. What happens is when what becomes tragic and when we talk about the race representations is somehow people will see one man on a screen and assume that it's supposed to be speaking for large groups. And so that's my issue. Sam Jackson's character in Black Snake Moan is not necessarily a stereotype, but it does represent one slice of life in one part of the country going on at a particular time. And that's all it does. Because if we're watching Bridgerton or if we're watching, Bridget Jones's Diary, and we assume all white girls are like Bridget Jones, or if they're all hookers with a heart of gold, like our girls,
Julia Roberts,
Pretty Woman, then that's
I thought you were gonna say Betty Boop.
No, that's a broad swath. But I don't ever look at Pretty Woman and assume that all white female hookers are like her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's not my assumption. Yeah. Because I can't look at Sam Jackson as one man in rural America with this very interesting situation going on and assume then that all Black men in rural America that age are that, because I know that that's not true. And that's, there are some things, obviously, when you get into like Sambos and certain things that, we can agree on certain stereotypes, but that Craig Brewer, at best, at least a Southerner, at some point in his life, did it. And Hustle and Flow, I thought was well done. Not necessarily my favorite, but I thought it was well done. I thought that the performances were great. And a lot of things are based on relationship. These are people that I've, broke bread with, spent time with, hung out with, or whatever. And then you see them put on these great performances and then get the praise for the work. But again, I'm not looking at Terrence Howard, assuming that there's a whole group of Black men in Tennessee who may in fact be pimps that are like that. That's one person whose life I chose to write a story about. And that's kind of like the trouble. I think I don't want to see stereotypes either, but I think we also have to be careful in assuming something is a stereotype just because we're not acquainted with that slice of life.
My problem is these roles, these storylines were written by a white man. This is just an interpretation.
Do we know 100% he wrote it all by himself?
Well, he's the one that has the credit behind it. But my thing is
Led Zeppelin. I'm sorry, everybody.
Nice. But my problem is, why aren't there like diverse writers out there? Why are these scripts?
Well, we gotta work hard on changing that if we want to change that.
Well, that's why it's my complaint.
Yeah. So then there's the race for representation right there. That's what we talk about. Because if people don't traditionally, I'll say this in the kindest way that I possibly can. White folks have been writing everyone's story of every race, culture, class, and around the world for a very long time. And so in that regard, anybody who is not white and the story is about them, when you look at the writing staff of A Good Times or any of the shows that were about Black life, we know there were no Black writers in the room, not because they don't reflect whatever, but that's just not the time. And I think it is tough coming forward, and thank goodness for all of the goodness that has happened, and not just in the last year, but in the last 15 or 20, that is making art by people of color, about people of color, pushing it through. Understand that the first Black literary agent, not talent agent, was brought to William Morris, not in the 70s, not in the 80s, but in 1999. almost at the turn of the century, 90, 98, 99, 99. His name is Charles King. Charles King was the first African-American lit agent. I'm not saying that other literary agents and those, Dan, and anybody else, not just you, Dan, that may not know, those are the people who represent the screenwriters and the directors, not the talent. But
well, I don't know as much about the industry. So when you said lit agent, I thought he was going around making parties happen.
No. So literary just means that this is the person who's going to hire the writer and the director.
Ah, okay, got it.
And until 1999, there was no one at one of the largest agencies, talent agencies in the world, now merged with Endeavor. So now it's WME, William Morris Endeavor. That person didn't exist. That meant that the people who were choosing anything that may have been an all black story, whatever, it wasn't gonna, they didn't typically choose writers of color to do it, because that's traditionally the journey that they've come from. And so it just takes people continuing to push through. CAA, Creative Artist Agency, hired their first black talent agent in like 2000. My son wasn't born yet, so it might have been 2000, 2001. So up until now, other than things that were indie, the people who are the power players to build, to build above the line, writer, director, talent, and below the line, all that, these are not people of color. And what we know is whether we had a big talk about whether it's racism or myopia or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. People believe in proximity, and maybe they don't. And I don't think that they're being intentional about being harmful, but they just deal with proximity. So whoever is closest to them, whatever they're used to seeing, that's what they will hire. And it has, Stacey, you know this well, Ada writes about it often. That's going to keep people who are not in that proximity, they're not going to be hired.
Jobless.
And so until something, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, unless unless someone is getting something done somewhere in the world that cannot be denied, then finally it might be brought over. But otherwise, the rest of our fates are left to people who don't understand our culture, who don't understand how we speak, who don't understand how we get down, and somehow think that they can then tell the story,
Well, so if you guys want to change this, we all need to get more involved and seek careers in these fields to, make these power plays ourselves. Really, I mean, that's
and it's happening. It's happening. I would like to tell this quick story about Charles King. So after him being that first, Charles King is the reason that, say what you want about stereotypical or Tyler Perry, but guess who brought Tyler Perry into mainstream? Charles King. And mind you, Charles King, I mean, Tyler was doing his thing with his work before he got this break, but it happened. And, in the mix of good and bad, but I say all that to say that in that time, he eventually left William Morris. He has started a company that is called Macro, and Macro produced, Macro is the producer of Judas and the Black Messiah. Macro produced, what's the film that Denzel did a couple of years ago where he was the lawyer with the glasses?
Ezekiel.
Something, whatever. So that was one of their first properties. So what Charles did was take his tenure, his time at, I think he left William Morris in maybe 18 or 19. He launched Macro, and he basically went the venture capitalist route. And he is now a studio making films and trying to make his way, to, again, for more properties that have to do with people of color and being in, being at this space of hiring for people of color. We talked about it the other night. Ava DuVernay got together with the former head of Warner Brothers, and they have taken the time and resource to put together a whole directory of artisans of color. So that's not just Black people, but that's brown people that are all below the line: cinematographers, production designers, makeup artists, So we don't just have like a Ruth Carter, who is your costume designer for like Black Panther winning Oscars, or your costume designer for Malcolm X, but that there are plenty of costume designers of color, makeup artists of color, all these people of color, again, all colors. But it took the intentional, to your point, Stephan, the intentional efforts of people to say, we understand that there's a large group of people being overlooked. We also understand that not just that they're being overlooked, but that also then impacts the art that is being churned out, because you only have certain eyes looking at it, approving it, and creating it. Yeah. So we're going to create a list. And then 2 or 3 years ago, the inclusivity rider happened. So now you have everyone saying, that we're not going forward unless we have women and people of color, at parity. There's got to be something that says that we're willing to do this. And then that way, over time, we're going to see the shifts that we're making. Because in the indie space, people have been doing their thing, but we need it in a larger representative space than just the indie space.
Real quick, the Denzel Washington movie. Sorry, Dan. The Denzel Washington movie you were talking about is Roman J. Israel Esquire.
Yes. That was their first film.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked it.
Yeah, it is interesting how society actually moves further progressive faster than sources of power. And that's generally what pushes them eventually over, right? Like if you look at, and not as important, but you look at like marijuana legislation, it was still the majority pushed socially that until now it's like a lot of places are legalizing it. And the thing is one thing, like I know that there's a problem with what happened in award shows recently with representation. But one thing that's really good is if you look at all these streaming services, if you look at all the avenues we have today, they're the ones actually bringing representation to things.
Oh yeah, more so than the movies.
So you do have more choices now. Now they're on demand too, so watch them whenever you want, and that's one good thing. And
very much.
Yeah, so society's doing that, will pull it this way.
It is, and it's like you said, it's society's people driven, and so the people have not only spoken but are continuing to speak. And so when given the opportunity to choose, then they're demonstrating what they will choose. And, and for that, we're obviously grateful, because I think the one thing that Hollywood is beginning to get, and you also have a whole new generation of gatekeepers. You do not have the same 50, 60, 70-year-old folks. You have a whole new generation.
You go back to Ghostbusters?
Which is good.
You go back to Ghostbusters with the gatekeepers?
Oh, geez.
I am the keymaster.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like,
there is no Dana, only Zool. Are you the gatekeeper? Oh man, what were we gonna say, Stacey? Because I know you were waiting patiently to say something.
Well, I'm speaking. I think this is going to actually incorporate into both our complaints both our topics that we just discussed. So, did you guys hear that there's a live action Powerpuff Girls show coming out?
Are they like stretching their eyes out to make it more like the show? Right.
It's actually Ava is actually one of the producers.
That's cool.
I have no idea how that's going to be. There's apparently some speculation it's going to be based off their teen years after they're tired of saving the world. I have no idea what's going on.
Actually, that's a good premise. If that happens, it's a good premise.
What if they never age? I mean, that'd be also pretty cool. All their friends that they went to elementary with, they're growing up, and then they're just little kids forever. Like what? I think there's so much potential. I mean, it's going to fulfill my nostalgic, but I have no idea. I think it's going to be featured on the CW. The CW is the one that ordered the pilot, but Ava's behind it, and Jill Blankenship.
They're still called the CW, huh? It's just like I've heard that network like change their name 5 times.
Right? That's what I was gonna say. It was the WB. It was something.
UPN.
Well, I think they bought UPN. Anyway. I think they bought UPN, and that's when all their shows went to them. But I know there was something else before the WB.
Well, back to our main topic.
What I'm reading, Stacey, is that there's 3 superhero projects that they've greenlit, and not that necessarily Ava is part of the Powerpuff, but a particular superhero pilot that she's got. They've got 3 pilots that they've greenlit, and her superhero series Naomi, plus the Powerpuff Girls, plus what's the other one that I just saw here? All 3 of those are gonna be part of the CW's situation. So the CW has now given the green light on the project Powerpuff Girls, as well as 2 other new pilots, including Ava DuVernay's new superhero show Naomi, and Jenny Snyder Erman's untitled millennial nun dramedy. Does anybody know who Jenny Snyder Erman is? Because I don't know who that is.
No, I know Diablo Cody's attached to the Powerpuff Girls
Oh,
project.
nice. That's
Who's
gonna be nice.
From Juno and
Big fan.
Jennifer's Body, I think. What was it? Jennifer, somebody I forgot. The one with Megan Fox and she puts that lighter to her tongue.
Yeah, that's Jennifer's Body. That's
Yeah.
Jennifer's Body.
Big fan of Diablo Cody. She won. I want to say she won one of our. She didn't win our first
Yeah, Juno's a good movie.
Oscar, but she won. She won an Oscar, I think, for best screenplay or something.
I think that was for Juno.
Yeah. No, yeah, I want to say she may have been.
That's a good film.
Maybe the first woman.
Did you know about it?
What?
Huh? Oh, I didn't know if you know about that film.
Juno?
Anyway.
Juno?
Oh.
No, but what I wanted to say really quick, because I know things got a little weird there with the signal and all that. We were talking about the Golden Globes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not saying this is definitive proof, but I'm not saying it's not proof. But, I'd have to look up all the different shows. I'm sure it'll be evident. But, we have to agree that if someone's a lead actor and they're on the poster, they're in the digital media representing the film, and they have a lead role, they're a lead actor.
Right.
I mean, we agree. That's just, it's just, So then, we can't just say it's a mistake that he gets put into a supporting actor category. It doesn't make any sense.
It's very fishy sounding, but it also, what if the producer was the Pawn Stars guy? Like, the best I could do is supporting actor.
I don't
No, it sounds fishy.
No, I know. But
This sounds fishy.
This is also why they had to come out and say that the Hollywood press needs to hire more diverse, different people, because there's no diversity in there.
They keep saying that, but nothing's like really changing. It's
gradually. Then we need
changing.
as a people create our own damn award show, like separate.
Yeah, apparently
something.
We have some. It's crazy. There's this video I saw online of, and I didn't see this. So I believe it was the French Oscars. I can't remember the name of the actual award itself. And it was when what's his name, who was convicted.
Wait.
What?
Sorry, you had to wee real quick. And
no, that was French.
Oh, okay.
Solid. But anyway, it was.
No, that's number 2. Anyway.
Oh Lord.
I'm done.
Dan, that's it. And then you have movies like Minari, an independent film, and they get put into best foreign film or something of that nature, and they speak English in the movie, and then there's some Korean dialogue. Why would it be put in a foreign film category when it was made in America?
Because somebody had to read for half of it.
Sometimes I think that happens just because they don't have enough people to fill in the categories that they have available, or just because they are good films, but they are not high budget or good enough for Oscars. I feel like those are the type of movies that just get pushed into a category either just because they're not popular enough or haven't had enough press, or they're
not watching the movies when they make these categories. What I mean? They definitely aren't watching them too.
I did watch a video of this guy who was actually dating someone whose family was in the committee that made the votes for the Oscar, and he stated that they didn't really care, that at some points they would ask him to just put in whatever he wanted because they didn't care for it, which is really sad. It comes to the point where you're like, oh, great.
So he doesn't want the power. He just wants to randomly choose it.
Well, he said he would actually watch the movies, but he said that because he was in the family just because he was dating one of them. But they didn't care. They were all, they said that this was in his 20s. So, if they're in the committee and they're in their 20s, like, I wouldn't care either. I think it was the father or something of one of them, and he just would give him the
wow.
You go ahead and control whether or not somebody gets work for the next 20, 30 years. Go ahead.
Right, or to do whatever. But to bolster what you were saying, Stefan, what was interesting about the Stanley Tucci piece was that
that's crazy.
The movie where he's co-starring with Colin Firth.
Yeah, and he's overdue too.
Right, and the Hollywood Foreign Press actually rejected him as a supporting lead to make him a lead actor, and that's what they did.
Yeah. They probably got beef against him or something.
And then also, which is no, but actually, it's the opposite. Like there was campaign for him to be a best supporting because he's co-starring. To your point earlier, you said lead, but he's co-starring with Colin Firth, and he somehow gets bumped. But then the conversation that we stirred up the other night was that the 4 men from One Night in Miami, what was campaigned for, what was submitted to the Hollywood Foreign Press was that 2 would go in lead and 2 would go in best supporting. Hollywood Foreign Press again rejected the submission, but to the opposite effect. They then sent all 4 of them to the best supporting. And in a category where you're already going to have only 4 or 5, we already know how that's going to turn out. We already know that means in the end, only one of them has a shot at eventually landing once the campaigning is over and once it does shake down to who the nominees are. If you put 4 people from one film in one category, that's, like, to me, you dampen the odds of more of them getting any shine. And with Stanley Tucci, I'm like, I just find it interesting that if he's co-starring with Colin Firth, what was wrong? Why would they reject a submission for best supporting and then bump him to best lead? And now you bump, like that's why I think it's fishy. It's the systemic piece at best. It's the systemic racism, not someone that is saying I am having a problem with Regina King and and Leslie Odom, like all and these Black people. I look at this a certain way through a certain lens, and based on how I see it, there's a whole set of decisions that support how I think about it, and then that's it. And so then back to Minari. Like we just see it in this one box. We haven't shifted our paradigm to say we want to look at it another way. We want to look at all of this another way.
No, yeah, that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't really understand is some of these actors too have been doing it for so damn long, and then you have actors who are just starting out who are really hungry and really busting their butt to get stuff done. And then, that one award could change the face of their career so easily for them not to not just financially not worry, but to have work, just to be able to work, Oh yeah. And that's that can change someone's life, man.
Well, I mean, again, it goes back to just, I think a lot of it is there are ties, like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type situation.
Oh, of course.
It's like politics. It's honestly like politics. It's like I said. So I did not know about this. This is an old video, a couple years old. You guys know Roman Polanski, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we all
Great
know
director, but sicko.
Slept with a minor. Okay. So he fled. We are all aware that he fled to avoid going to jail because of those charges from then. And I think a couple of few were added on. So it was still filmmaking. The Caesars are the Oscars for France. And he won a Caesar a couple of years ago after he had fled. So he's basically just like Snowden right now. He's hiding because he's fleeing. Mm-hmm. He won a Caesar. Why wouldn't he have been disqualified? Right. Because of what he's doing now. It makes no sense.
He knows the top people, or some of them are his friends, I'm sure.
Again, it goes back into that whole politics thing where you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Or we go back into Texas in reference to Gritty. You guys are familiar with Gritty, right? So Gritty is one of the electric companies that provide power to a bunch of Texans.
I thought you were talking about that mascot. That's cool.
What?
Yeah, the new. I'll get him. I'll get a picture. You keep going.
So the situation is a bunch of Texans who were trying to keep their power on during this entire storm. Right, this is one of the heaviest storms that they got hit with in the past several years. They were getting billed over anywhere between $3,000 to $15,000 for a week's worth of power. Okay. They were price gouged without a doubt. They were price gouged. So the people that the board of Gritty actually are donors for the governor of Texas. They actually donated heavy amount of money towards his campaign. The only thing the governor has said is, what?
Sorry. No, I was asking Dan if he wants me to add that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you could have told us that in the chat. Yeah, we got it. There's Gritty.
Who's Gritty? Oh my God!
Well, you guys, let her get the story out. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, keep telling the story. This is to accompany it.
Take him down until we finish the story. It kills her whole story, guys.
I don't think I can top that, but
Right.
So the governor of Texas said, "Oh, that was a really bad thing. Well, we'll look into something that we can do." So what Gritty did is they only offered payment plans. They only offered their residents payment plans for 5 months. If they don't pay within any of the installments within the 5-month payment plan, they're going to have their power shut off. That's the only thing they were willing to compromise from the last thing that I read, which was about a week ago, because it was just pissing me off. But then I found out that they are actually one of the biggest donors for the governor, who also just removed the lift on mask. And, there's indoor dining. There is no COVID restrictions anymore in the state of Texas. This is the same governor that is involved with the electric company that price gouged the hell out of their residents.
And it's the same governor who criticized Biden's response to their support by calling it, he didn't use the words half-assed effort, but he was critical of Biden's state support. And I'm like, so you have the power in your hands to fix this, really, but you don't want to.
Well, Yosemite Sam is very horrible, and we don't like him, but we must go to our first guest.
Our guest, yes.
Yes, Stacy, give us the intro.
Ooh, yay. So our first, it's my guest as the first guest?
Yes,
I put it in the private chat.
She's on another time zone right now.
She's in
we
a
don't
different
want her to
time
go
zone.
night-night during the interview.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, then I get to go ahead and present our next fabulous guest. She is not only a life coach, but she is also a tarot card reader. So she's incredible. I've had the pleasure of meeting her, and her name is Jennifer Lee.
Jennifer Lee.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So nice to meet y'all. Thank you so much for having me on y'all's show.
Yeah.
Good to have you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
You get to deal with us crazy people here, right?
Oh my gosh. I was getting really into the topic y'all were talking about. I was like, yes, I'm feeling all of it. And funny thing is, I think Mississippi, our governor is about to end the mask mandate. So people have a choice whether they want to wear a mask or not. And there's no punishment. He's like, y'all can wear it. Y'all don't have to wear it. Everything's going back to normal. And I think Texas is on their way there. So, yeah.
You know what sucks, though? And we're going to go back, definitely going to go back to you. But the sad thing is, if you as a person wear your mask, you're only protecting the idiots that are choosing not to. But you're making a conscious decision. You're saying, hey, yeah, I'm not going to give it to you. But the reality is, your mask doesn't really protect you from them spreading their. So.
Spreading the germs. I know. I'm still wearing my mask no matter what. But people out here, they don't care. They really don't. But that's the South. So yeah. Anyways, hi. I'm ready to answer whatever it is y'all want to ask and get to it.
Okay. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
She's so adorable.
Oh, okay. No, not Monty Python questions. The question Stacy had. That's right. None of those. We went against this at the show.
Speaking of all these, people that are just like, do you believe in karma?
Do I believe in karma? Yes, absolutely. I feel like karma is a real thing. You do something horrible to someone, it may not, return back right away, but something has to give. I know this because I used to steal a lot during my college days. And every time I would steal something, I would lose something of greater value. either a month or 2 months in. And I just noticed that pattern a lot during my year. So when I stopped stealing, that's when I stopped losing things or got things stolen from me. So karma, I believe in it greatly.
Cause and effect.
I mean, you might
Yes.
you might have like just left it somewhere, because like when you take a car, like you drive it like you stole it. You might not remember where you left it. Like you just stop on the 5 and go, I hate this traffic, and you just get out and do your thing.
Right. Well, I definitely have a guilty conscience. So I think if you're someone who's smart and don't have a guilty conscience, maybe that might not apply to you. But for someone like me, it comes back to me pretty quickly.
Like, damn these morals and this empathy.
Ah.
I know, I say it all the time. Every time
Dang
I
it.
see somebody that, like, I see a homeless person asking for change, I'm like, damn it! All right, let me find a quarter, $1 here. Take it.
All right, give me
What?
$1. And they're like not grateful for it. They're like, this is how you're gonna give me, bitch.
Now, you're a tarot card reader. Like, okay, what inspired you to become one?
So it all kind of happened really quickly. It happened since I moved to LA. I don't know what, but psychics just became such a huge thing in Los Angeles, and I kept running into psychics. I kept running into people who became tarot card readers, and eventually I just started watching a bunch of tarot card readings on YouTube, and I just was really into it. And then I just got my first deck. And I started doing tarot card readings for my friends. And I don't know, I just kind of get into this zone when I start doing readings for people. It's like you kind of I get into this flow state. Like whether I'm connected to, spirit guides or higher source or whatever it is. And then my friends I just started figuring out things about my friends that they have never told anyone or have never mentioned to anybody before. And it would just be kind of like a healing kind of thing for me to do for people, and just really help them out. And my friends were like, you should turn this into a business, you should do this because you're really good at it. And then I started doing donated tarot card readings for people, and that just became such a huge hit. And then now I turned it into a business, and here I am doing tarot card readings for people, and now I'm a psychic tarot card reader.
Cool.
I love it. Like, okay. So do you think intuition is a gift or an ability that you have to teach and give your time and hours and effort into for it to develop?
So I believe everyone has intuition. It is a gift anyone can have, and it's kind of like, the best way to explain it is like when you go into a room full of people and you can kind of read the energy in the room. Like, obviously you would either go to the chatty gossip group and start chatting with them, or you go to the group in the back that you're really chill with. It's just like an energy thing, or you can kind of sense when someone's, having a bad day, or you can sense when someone's having bad intentions with you. Like, for an example, salespeople, you can tell if salespeople are either talking to you because they want to sell you something, or they talk to you because they actually genuinely like you. It's kind of like reading the room, reading the energy, and that's how I kind of view intuition as it is. But for me, like I can get into a really good intuitive state when I do tarot card readings, but when I might not be doing tarot card readings, my intuition could be like all over the place. So it just depends on the person. I'm sure y'all all have had intuitive moments with people, whether that's dating, your family members, friends, figuring out who's your good friend, who's not your bad friend. It's all kind of based on how you read people.
I like that. Now, if anybody in the audience has questions, please feel free to shoot them in the box. Any questions you have about tarot
I got
card
one.
reading? What you got?
What does it mean when you're getting your tarot cards read and the card you get is the one with the instructions on it?
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Like the
Like,
extra
you-
card in the deck that has like the instructions on it.
Oh my god! Well, that's not supposed to be in the deck. That's supposed to be for the tarot card reader
I
to
can't
be
believe I
like looking
paid
at
for
it.
that. Jeez.
Wait, you had a tarot card reading where your card was just the instructions?
No, not really, but I'm creative.
Oh, jeez.
So Dan is the skeptical one out of our entire group. He's the one that's like, bah humbug, you know.
Not bah humbug. we talked about how that's a horrible, horrible phrase back in its time.
Right. Was I here for that conversation?
Anyway.
What makes you skeptical about tarot cards or psychics in general?
Oh, no, I'm just it has not been demonstrated to me personally. That's fine. wait, no, this isn't going to turn on me right now. Hey,
So Dan,
Get you a card reading. That's gonna be your belated Christmas present.
I mean, honestly, I've actually gotten a lot of people who, the first question they would ask me is, "Are you scamming people?" I would be like, you can tell who is scamming you based off of.
You have to explain to them it's not like a lie detector. Like you're not going to just.
I know,
tell,
right?
Like it's not like you're summoned to tell the truth right now.
Right. No, I've actually been to I've actually had readings done from scammers before, so I can actually you can tell a difference. And how you can tell a difference is, let's say those shops where you see tarot card readers and they like tell you your future, whatever. You go in the shop, they have like a crystal ball and they start telling you all these generic kind of answer, like, oh, you're gonna get married to a handsome man and have 2 children and live in a big city and you're gonna get the career that you've always wanted. And it kind of just a scammer is kind of someone who tells you things that you want to hear. They want you to believe in those things. So if it starts to sound too good to be true, that's when you kind of know that they are kind of tricking you. Me personally, I tell you things that you need to hear. So I've had clients who ask me about love readings and they ask like, is this guy going to come back into my life or not? And I will tell you, no, he's not coming back into your life. Like, no, straight up. I'm like, I think you need to move on from this connection and try to work on yourself. But, some tarot card reader will be like, oh, I sense a guy coming back into your life, your ex, somebody who really misses you. And then they'll probably say something like, but something's blocking you from having this connection, this negative energy, this, crazy demonic spirit is blocking you from the abundance that's coming into your life. And for $3,000, I can get rid of this demonic energy and help you get the love that you want. And that's when you know it's a scam. That's when you know. I've had a reading like that where this lady was like, somebody does not want you happy. They put a curse on you. But for $3,000, you come back to me, honey. I will take care of that for you.
There's one type of tarot card reading I can tell is a scam when I see it right away. Those guys with the 3 cards, they move around on the table on the street?
Monty?
That's not tarot.
Are you talking about the cups where they put like a ball in the cup and they make you?
No, he's talking about 3-card Monty. Find the card.
Basically the same thing.
Okay, yeah, no. Most tarot card readers don't do tricks. We don't do magic tricks or anything like that.
That guy took my money twice for that and told me I was going to be fine.
Well, you deserved it then. Now, Jen, what do you think are what are common misconceptions towards tarot card readers?
So a common misconception I've noticed is that people assume you're going to find the answers and everything in the cards. It's kind of like they expect their whole future to be told right there and then for you. But every tarot card reader is very different too. So my tarot card reading may be very different from someone else. I always tell people before I do a reading that I am not a fortune teller. I can't tell you what's going to happen in your future. I can't tell you if you're going to win the lottery or who you're going to end up marrying. I can't tell you those things because I don't know your future. I'm not sure what you're going to do, so I can't tell you that. oh, like she's going to tell me about my future, I'm not going to like something. And a lot of people also think that there's always something negative in tarot card readings. Like they always, when they see like the death card or the devil card, that it's a bad misconception, like there's something bad that's going to happen to them. But in reality, tarot cards are not, meant to tell you any kind of negative events or bad luck events that's going to happen. They're meant to tell you things that you need to hear in this moment that can help you, tell you things that, maybe some people will have never told you before. Like you need to work on, maybe your codependency issues, or maybe you need to work on your insecurities and gain self-confidence in yourself so you can have that love that you want. So a lot of the times this is more like a guidebook than a future telling thing. So
Wow,
if you get the devil, does it just mean you're extremely metal?
no, if you get the devil card, it just means there's some bad addictions that you may need to get rid of. So, it's different for everyone. So just because if the devil card goes out for Stacy, it may be different from the devil card from Stefan or Dan. Like it just depends on the what question you ask, what energy you're giving me. Like the devil card could be a good thing for some people and it could be a bad thing for some people. In reverse, it's actually a good thing. It means like you're open to letting go of those addictions and changes and things of that nature. So it just all depends.
Wow,
And for me, it means I'm metal.
Oh my Lord! What did we want to? Did we want to do a tarot reading?
Let's do it.
Would y'all like to do a tarot card reading?
Yes.
Okay, I could do one for each of y'all if you want. I could pull out 3 cards. So who would like to go first?
Do Dan. Just
Fine.
Dan. Okay. So
Pulled out the devil
Dan.
right away because I'm metal. Let's go.
Dan, I'm gonna have you close your eyes, okay, and just do a little deep breathing here,
Lord.
just so I can kind of read your energy. So Dan, I just want you to take 3 big deep breaths in and out. Can you do that for me? And I just want you to ask me any question that comes to your mind first. Okay? Ask me any questions that comes to your mind first.
Serious ones, Dan. Or Dan's serious questions.
Shh, we don't want to mess with the chakra.
My bad.
Takes me a long time to get through 3 breaths. Vocal training. So let's see. Should I make another album?
A music album?
Yeah.
A music album. Okay. So I already pulled out 3 cards for you before you even asked this question. You should make a music album if it's a collaborative one. If you can collaborate with people that you really enjoy being around, that you actually are inspired to be with. So if you do have anyone in mind, I really get a sense of here of rock, alternative, and also just kind of funky, like Weird Alkovich kind of music. Just like, really, really, really fun music that has like catchy tones and tunes. But I really sense here just like that weird psychedelic kind of music with people that you find very interesting. And when you find that community of people that are really into that kind of music, you're going to really thrive in that area. So if you really niche it down to a specific type of genre that really fits you, that's so different, but it's collaborative, meaning you find funky people to do music with, you're going to really thrive on that. But the hard part here is that you have a lot of options. You have a lot of different ways of doing things, and it may be really hard for you to start on those kinds of music projects. So they're really saying if you can narrow it down, be as specific as you can, and try not to get distracted. Try not to get distracted doing other things, meaning try not to get distracted doing podcasts, acting, comedy. Like if you really just focus on this album, really focus on this album, it's gonna work out. But if you're doing too many other stuff, you're gonna get distracted and you're gonna procrastinate on it. The next card here is the Queen of Pentacles. It's really saying get in touch with Mother Nature. That way you can really get more in tune with your intuition and your decision making. So go outside for inspiration. Yeah, go outside for inspiration. Try to be grounded in what it is that you really want to do. Because if you really want to do this album, you got to get centered. You got to get grounded and get more in tune with your feelings. Because if you can get in tune with your emotions, that nurturing side of you, your music's going to come out even more beautiful, a lot more attractive. So don't be afraid to really open yourself up to your emotions and feelings. Because that way, I mean, that's music. It's basically emotions. It's feelings. You can't really do music without that. So get in tune with that, and it's gonna work out for you if you listen to those guidelines.
Naked axe throwing in the forest. Got it. I live near the IE, everybody. Try to find me. I'll be like Bigfoot.
Oh, Lord.
Depending who sees me, I might be blurry.
Look, Mom, it's a bush.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, no.
Oh, okay. You gonna go next? You want to go next? You want me to go next?
Go, Stefan. Go, Stefan.
Okay,
I can go.
Stefan.
Thank you very much, by the way, Jennifer.
You're welcome. How did that sound for you?
Sounds like I'm going to make a subpar album, but everybody download it.
It'll be free.
It's like, I don't go to nature.
All right.
My yard is nature.
So we're just supposed to ask a question?
So again, you do the same thing. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths in, and then I want you to ask whatever questions come to your mind first.
Serious questions, Stefan.
Yes, that would be very serious, sir.
Stefan
Lucky charm questions. Lucky charm question.
Give him back, bro.
Wait, does he tell you the question, or you just give him a reading?
He asked me a question so I can figure out how the reading will go.
Okay. Dang, it's hard, man. I don't know how to phrase the question.
Should you run the shower for 2 more minutes long?
No.
How's your love life?
No, we don't have to go there. No. We could do something about comedy. We could do comedy. Let's do
okay, because the reason why I asked that is because the cards I pull out for you is in regards to your love life. So
you can, but this is like this much to talk about.
The spirits are really
we can do that. I mean,
up to you. I can redraw for you, but
His wife watches the show. I don't know. She's gonna.
You in defeat, Mr. Quentin?
Nothing bad here. Nothing bad here. Nothing bad here.
Wife doesn't want you to touch her feet.
But your wife, I mean, the only thing here, I pulled out the Magician card here in reverse. So it's saying there is a few blocks in your manifestation in regards to your career, and it involves your feelings and learning how to, the Ace of Cups here, they're really saying, the cups always represents emotion. So they're really saying in order for you to really tap into your manifestation and really take all those unblockages out is really getting in tune with your emotions and being vulnerable and open up here, especially when it comes to your love life.
Or lack thereof.
It's just the Lover card in reverse. It doesn't mean anything bad. It just means, that there's some things that could be worked on here, and they're just really saying, try really hard to be more emotional when it comes to your relationship, and just let yourself be free. And if you can really allow those feelings to flow naturally, try not to suppress them. I know you men love to suppress emotions.
Oh, no, I share too much. I share too much.
There's nothing wrong with sharing too much, but try to also just kind of understand your emotions and try not to let your emotions flow naturally. Try not to force anything. Try not to push yourself to say or do anything. If you feel like crying Crying, just
No, I do that. That's easy. That's easy.
crying, crying.
Yeah, he plays soccer.
But also, don't let your emotions take control over you. Don't let them take control over you either. It's just really saying, in order for you to manifest the things that you want, especially when it comes to love, like don't take anything personally, and try to be the master of your emotions. That's the best way to explain it. Be the master of your emotion, know when to turn it off and when to turn it on. Switch it off, switch it on, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable, but be vulnerable in a way that's authentic and true to who you are, and try to avoid emotional manipulation. Try to avoid, and maybe sometimes I do this too sometimes, where if I don't get what I want, I will use the phrase like, I do this and do that for you, why don't you do this for me, kind of thing. So that's like a form of it. So if you catch yourself doing that, like, bringing things up from the past, or just bringing things up in general. No,
when you've been married for 13 years, that you a lot of times it's best just to be quiet.
Best to be quiet, yes, but also don't suppress it. If there's a way for you to let things out in a healthy manner, that's gonna really help bring things together. Because when you suppress things, when you suppress emotions, even if you don't want to cause any problems, it just makes it worse. It's kind of just saying, just be honest, but don't lash out. Don't
get beat up. I got to defend myself better. Got it. Thank you.
Don't even have to defend. Just be honest. Be honest without being taking it personally.
Yeah.
But you are a manifester. You manifest things because of your emotions. So when it comes to your career, put all the hurt and pain or whatever you feel into your career more than to your relationship, and that will kind of help everything kind of flow better, if that makes sense.
Yes. Thank you.
When I do that, I just punch people at work. It's not good.
All right, it's your turn, Dana.
Yep. Got only a few more minutes, but yes, let's get everybody.
All right. So.
Oh, wait, there we go.
Dana.
All right.
Yes, I can hear you. All right. So I just want you to take 3 deep breaths in, close your eyes. All right. And whatever question comes to your head first, go ahead and ask.
Okay, whatever comes to my head first. Okay. Gee whiz. Will I be able to talk to my mother again and hear her voice?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Let's see. Crazy thing is, she actually got the same cards as Stefan, but
Yeah, Stefan.
they're all on the opposite side.
Oh,
So-
interesting.
It's Stefan, but that's cool. I like Stefan too. It's nice.
Your mother really, really loves you. She really, really cares about you and loves you in a very, very, very deep way. The magician here is, they're really saying you're in control of the situation. You're in control of how you want to react. And yes, like the relationship you have with your mom, you definitely, you will start hearing things. You will start seeing signs. You will start to feel, follow your intuition, follow your heart, follow those feelings, because don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. If she's trying to reach out to you, try not to ignore it. If you start to see coincidence, don't see it as coincidence. See it as a sign that she is trying to reach out to you. And there's a lot of love there. There's actually a lot of love. And I really get the sense here that she's been trying really hard to reach out to you she's trying to reach out to you, whether that's in dreams, whether that's through some kind of communicated. But listen to your dreams. Listen to your dreams deeply. If you dream a lot, if you've been getting a lot of visual visions any kind of visions, maybe not hearing, but a lot of visions, it's going to come through, and you'll start to see signs. I just really get the sense here that she's trying to give you love. She's trying to give you more than what you're expecting out of her, and she's been putting a lot of signs for you. So just pay attention to your dreams, because the dreams is where she's trying to communicate with you. So maybe you may not be hearing her voice, but you will be seeing her. You'll be seeing her because, maybe for you work really well when you see things compared to hearing, because all of us, we kind of have we either feel things, see things, or hear things. And for you, you will believe it more when you can see it through your own eyes, see it through your visions. But definitely in your dreams, when the dreams happen, try not to smoke too much weed, because weed kind of suppresses the visions or dreams. That's just something I'm aware of now. But I definitely get the sense here that she's really trying to reach out to you in the dreams and the visions, and she wants you to kind of hold her hand, she's trying to really reach out to you. So if you've been seeing a lot of hands, or if you've just been grabbing things and you notice that when you grab something, it either falls out of your hand or slips out, or maybe keys, for an example. If you drop keys, or if you find loose keys, it's your mom just trying to grab you, or trying to grab your hand. Yeah.
I've been using the keys a lot, like a lot lately.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's this card here. That's the hands. It's she's trying to grab your attention. Grab your attention. So if you've been grabbing things a lot lately, that's her reaching out to you. So yeah, keys and dreams.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say keys on Van Nuys, and I got excited. And yeah,
I was just gonna say that too, Dan.
Now it's in my head. Thank you.
I was like, before we do all that, was anything else? I mean, if that's it, no, it's okay. I just didn't. I wanted to just hear if there was anything else. That was amazing.
Yeah, keys, and let me see. Keys. Food. Wants you to pay attention to your diet. She wants you to be aware of your snacking, and if you notice, maybe she she just says every time you snack, she wants you to think of her, but she also wants you to slow down, so you can feel her, hear her. Kind of if you're having lunch, pretend that you're having lunch with her, and that's a good time to kind of feel her.
Well, I could be less skeptical now.
No, everybody knows that I've had a snacking thing that has become, I'm not going to say unmanageable, but I'm concerned about myself and how much snacking. So when you said that, when you said snacks in particular, I was like, okay, well, I guess this is. I mean, it was already for real, from the time you open your mouth. But the snack, there's no way for you to know. But everybody knows I have snacks in my comedy routine, because I'm snacking.
Yeah.
Where does it all go?
Yeah. She just wants you to slow down.
She
just says, slow down, girl. Slow down. She wants you to slow things down a bit. She really wants you to slow things down, because the way maybe you're not catching her because you're always on the go. You're always, doing things, running things. That's why you're dropping things. So she says, slow down. Take your time. Take your time when you eat. Take your time so you can read the signs, so you can hear her voice or see her when she's there. So yeah, she just says slow down and try not to snack too much. She's just she's always snacking.
Busted.
Oh man, but there's so much love here. There's a lot of love. She's always around. and she's just always around you. She's very, very in tune with what you're doing. So in order for you to really see her there, you just kind of have to slow down so you can feel her presence, feel her around. And there is so much love. Like I said, she's always, like I said, reaching out for you.
Do you want to do?
And before we bring on our next guest, we must do Stacy, and find out things about her she doesn't want us to know, and that'll be fun.
All right, Stacy. All right, here we go. So close your eyes, take three breaths in, and whatever question comes to your mind first.
Should I stay single for 2021 or should I be a hoe?
Okay, let's
Sounds like
see
a double
here.
question.
Yeah, that sounds like. Wait, your bar of extremes is interesting.
All right, so 5
Single
cards
or
actually
hoe?
pulled out from you. So let's see here. Do not be a hoe. It's actually a good time for you to be alone. And they're saying it's because you have been treated so unfairly in the past. They're saying there's still a lot of things that needs to be worked on eternally, and also just kind of trying to figure out where your energy is going towards, because they're saying it's time for you to let go of a lot of old patterns, old habits, just the way you see yourself and how you see dating experience in general, the way you feel that men in general are just very difficult, how they treated you unfairly, and it's just kind of left you feeling not resentful, but just like, just have.
I lost her.
A lot of energy that you put out there, and they're just. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Are we good? Are we back?
Now we are. We're back. We lost about 2 seconds.
Okay, great. But yeah, the Justice card came out, and it's just they want you to find a good balance in your life right now before you put yourself back out there. And what I mean by good balance is really try not to put all your eggs in one basket. If you are going to date or open yourself up, make sure that you have enough energy to do it. Make sure you aren't putting all your energy into one guy or one particular person, or if you feel like there's somebody out there you keep going back to, they're really saying don't put all your energy into this person. Try to cut yourself off.
Be a hoe then.
Don't be a hoe though. They're saying don't be a hoe. Be by yourself. The Hermit card came out here. The Hermit card is all about being alone and learning to be happy being by yourself, and try to let go of the self-limiting thoughts. Try to not block your breakthroughs, not block your ideal of what a relationship should be like, because there's actually a lot of prosperity in your future. There's actually a lot of people that want you, that actually want to be with you, that really, really want to be with you. Like, for an example, the universe they really have a lot of people for you to date. However, they say you're not really quite ready for it yet, because you need to let go of this certain person that you have in mind, or whoever it is that you're hung up on, and you need to let them go first. Be alone. And then when you feel like you have a good balance in your life, when you feel that you're not letting those thoughts about this certain person or letting thoughts of any kind of past energy, and once you're able to let all of that go, then all of the prosper, then you can kind of be a hoe and start dating and enjoy dating instead of dating to get rid of that one person that's on your mind. Like, usually I don't know, I just really get the sense here that there's somebody on your mind that you're trying to let go, but it's been really difficult for you to, and maybe for you want to date around so you can forget about this person, but they're really saying you need to forget about this person first, be by yourself, and then you can be a hoe and enjoy being single. So be alone first, and then when you feel really happy being alone and being single, then you're open to, you know, dating and trying and being in more intimate relationships, being in better relationships than the ones that you keep attracting. So for you, it's important that you know what you want. You know what you really value in yourself and what you value in life. And once you are happy where you're at, being single and just living life and enjoying it, that's when all the men are gonna, like, you know, that's when the universe is like, here's 10 guys I have for you, and you can pick whoever you want. But by that time, you're gonna be like, I don't know yet. I'm just gonna have fun. So, yeah, but I just sense here, get rid of that one guy that's on your mind first.
You gotta drop that familiar dick, Stacy.
Look, okay, this is the problem I've been having, okay? Like, I am self-conscious, and I think that there's a certain number, well, this is just me, okay? I don't want to surpass a certain number of bodies I've been with, so I feel like I need to recycle my exes so I don't increase that number.
No. No. That's like the complete opposite.
How are you helping your community that way?
Girl, you can have as many numbers as you want. Like, my numbers is through the roof. I'm already past 50, you know, but I stopped going back. Stopped going back. Like, you have to end all the dicks so you can have new dicks to come through that actually, you know, value you and that you really are, you know, wanting to go after.
Good dick.
New dick. It's time for new good dick to come into your life. But first, just have fun with, you know, your toy, and just have fun with yourself first. And then the good dicks are gonna come.
Well,
I think I need to get a toy because I don't have one, but okay, that's on my list.
Yes, get a toy, girl. Get you a toy. It's the best friend. It's the only thing that'll make you come more than any other dick. Trust me.
Oh, geez.
That is a tip for all of you ladies out there.
Ed said healthy dick.
The tarot
make
card
sure it's
reader
healthy,
says I
not
need a
spotted
toy.
dick like in England. But it's been great, but we do have to get to our next guest. But everybody, there is Jennifer Lee's Instagram right there. If you need to get in touch with her, find out about the tarot card reading, also find about all the other things going on. Anything coming up, Jennifer?
No, I also do coaching too. You could actually schedule a free coaching session with me. I work with the subconscious mind and reprogramming the subconscious mind. So, Stacy, if you have dating patterns you want to get rid of, I actually help people get rid of those patterns and do hypnotherapy. So if y'all are interested in that, follow me on Instagram. You can schedule a 30-minute live session, or if you just want a tarot card reading, I do offer tarot card readings, live reading sessions that I also do energy healing work too. So feel free to DM me for questions and let me know if y'all need help with anything.
This is random and last minute. I don't know how everybody else would feel about this, but I think it'd be awesome. Is there any way we could do Ronnie? You could do
Ronny Pascale?
Yes, yeah. I could do Ronnie. If Ronnie wants to come on.
Yes, I think that would be awesome. So we're going to bring on Ronnie. Ronnie is a Brooklyn-based comedian who likes tweeting a lot.
Yeah.
All right, here's Ronny Pascale.
Ronnie. Thank you. I need to work on my intro. Who likes tweeting a lot? How you guys
Ronnie
doing?
looks like he's in like a storage room or
I feel like it. I'm in a guest bedroom at a friend's house.
Ooh.
It's all good.
The guest bedroom, or as they call it, the place of no return. You better watch for the locks.
I do. I've been like.
All right, Ronnie, are you ready to get a reading done before we?
Yeah. We just found out the universe doesn't care about slut shaming, so that's good. That means the universe has become progressive and better. So let's find out about your universe.
Great, I'm into it.
Okay, Ronnie, I just want you to close your eyes, okay? Take 3 deep breaths in, and then just ask me a question, whatever question comes to your mind first.
What's my year going to be like?
Ooh, okay. Ooh, All right. So, let's see here. I had 5 cards for you. So I'm going to try to say everything I can cuz that's a lot to talk about. But starting off, it's going to start off kind of rocky only because there's still a lot of things you're trying to figure out at this moment. Career, love, family, lifestyle, even where you wanting to live. You have a lot of things you're trying to sort through in your mind, and you're really just like, you're kind of going with the flow, but the spirits are really saying you need to start making some plans and start narrowing down what exactly that you want to do in each area of your life. Otherwise, if you just kind of go with the flow, you're just gonna feel stagnant in life. So if you really want to progress more, you really got to start taking some action. Queen of Pentacles here, start talking to your mother more. Or maybe I don't know, I really get a sense here. Do you live with your family right now? You live with your mom?
I don't. My mom's passed away, so.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's her spirit coming in. Maybe do you communicate with your mom in any kind of way, or do you try to remember her in any kind of way, or you'll get a lot of answers. Okay, yeah, I really get a sense here that she's trying to reach out to you, and a lot of the answers that you're seeking, she's trying to help you. She's trying to really help you out, especially when it comes to dealing with work situation. She's really trying to say, stop comparing yourself to other people's success and stop trying to
especially
live for
me,
other
Ronnie.
people.
Especially me.
But yeah, I really get a sense here that she wants you to kind of also the same as Dana here, try to slow it down and read the signs that she's trying to give to you, because she's really trying to reach out to you, and a lot of the answers that you're seeking is coming from her, especially because you know she doesn't want you to feel like you're not moving or progressing. She wants you to feel like you're supported, even though she may not be there. She really wants you to know that she will support it in a lot of different ways, especially at home, because maybe home is, like I said, home is not, she's really saying you're going to feel the most at home with her there. So try to make your home really welcoming for her and for you. And she really wants you to know that there's a lot of opportunities for you, and that you're doing so well, and that you're on your way there, and just like not stop. A lot of Cancer energy here, so there's a lot of good fortune coming from you, but there's just a lot of nurturing. I get a lot of nurturing energy here. But the number one advice I have for you is stop comparing your success to other people, or stop trying to be like other people, and stop letting other people influence you, because she really can sense that it has been a negative effect on you. Maybe you have dealt with some difficult people in your life, whether that's friends or just people, like maybe even getting betrayed by certain people, and she's just really saying, don't worry about them. You have me. Just like, I'm here for you. I'm always here for you. Even if you can't see it, like I want you to feel it. Just have more conversation. You'll start to, like I said, you'll start to see the signs. You'll start to notice things like, she just wants you to take care of yourself and focus on you. Stop hanging around people, because I think you get a lot of energy from other people. You get a lot of,
you're going to make them leave the show.
I know. I'm like, you thrive off of other people's energy. So really, she's really just saying, surround yourself with really positive people that make you feel good, like a family. Like she wants you to surround yourself with better people, better home. That way you can start to feel the progressiveness, so you can start to feel like your life is finally coming together. There's actually a lot she wants to tell you that she's trying to tell me in this moment, but I'm just like, it's a lot to kind of unpack. So I don't know if you want that out in the space, but the main message here is really stay focused on stay focused on you. So don't compare yourself to people, and start taking some action. Start being responsible. Start taking responsibility, and and if you start taking responsibility, you're gonna thrive. You're really gonna thrive, because here, once you start to realize the signs, once you start to take notice, and once you start, really having conversations with her, she's gonna really help you through. She's really gonna bring in good spirit, good energy for you. But you have to get rid of people that are not good for you.
Yeah, your mom does not want you reading any QAnon stuff.
No
Okay?
QAnon. I'll
No
say
QAnon.
But okay, God, whew. Was
We
not
love
expecting to
having
unpack.
you.
Yes,
Thank
thank you
you.
for
I
coming
know.
and hanging out and all that.
Of course, thank y'all so much for having me, and it was such a pleasure. Yeah, if y'all have any questions, or if y'all are interested in getting more in-depth reading, follow me on Instagram. Be happy to help y'all out, or whatever it is. But yeah, good luck on the rest of the show, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
So, Ronnie, how long have you been comparing your career to Tim Allen?
Every single day. I Googled yesterday that I found out his real name is Timothy Dick, so that's a fun fact.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tim
You
Dick.
got Tim Dick. That's
Tim
it.
Dick. Little
What's
Timmy
up,
Dick.
girl?
Bad
Tim
idea
Dick.
to hear that while I'm drinking water.
That's why he couldn't be a teacher, because hello, I'm Mr. Dick, and they wouldn't stop laughing till third trimester.
I imagine he's Andy Dick's father. Is what's in my brain.
Ooh, that's the Hollywood secret.
Do you guys wonder how much therapy his kids need?
Which
Tim
one,
Allen
Andy
for
Dick
mine.
Yeah.
or Tim Allen?
You mean Tim Dick?
Ronnie's. Ronnie, how
You
about
mean
your
Jonathan?
kids?
Tim Allen's at least rich, okay? He can afford therapy for his kids. And he
Are we
doesn't
talking
have
about
it.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him? He was so adorable.
I have no idea.
I don't even know what happened to all three of those kids. That's actually interesting.
I
'cause
think he failed in Hollywood because he was short.
Just like me.
Dan takes that personal, Stacy.
How
Nah,
tall do
nah.
you think he was?
You're not that short. I mean,
Well, when Lord of the Rings came out, I got work.
Guys, JTT is 5'5".
Oh, he's 1 inch shorter than me. Cool.
he's my height.
Little pocket-sized boy.
It's a nice even height. 5'5".
That's a good one.
Dan, the only reason I towered you when we met was because I had hooker heels on.
Yeah. And when I wear those, I just outshine everyone. I didn't want to take your spotlight with my hooker heels.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dan has nice ones.
Yeah. He has the ones with they're made out of almost like glass and they have goldfish inside.
Mine are like those old Reeboks that light up. So when I step, I just
There you go.
No,
man.
that does just a thought real quick. How much money could we make off of making wheelies heels?
I think they're all over Amazon, so apparently not much.
like high heels with wheels in them. Like, look at.
Or what about those?
the
What about stilettos with those Reebok pumps? They have a little pump on it. What about that? That'd
I
be
love
interesting.
those.
I'm into this.
Wait, not stilettos. I'll do wedges, but I can't do stilettos.
This show's right up my alley.
So,
we are glad, Ronnie.
so you've been doing comedy for 2 years, correct?
Total for 10, but just stand up for
okay.
2.
Okay,
Yeah.
so nice. Do you sense a difference where you've done stand-up comedy as far as Connecticut, New York, California?
Yeah. So I'm from Connecticut. I did 2 days of improv in Connecticut, though.
Okay.
And I was too nervous to keep doing it. But then for some reason I was like, yeah, that's a good enough reason to move to New York to force myself to do it. And then so for 8 years or 9 years, I've lost count. I don't know what years are anymore. Just improv. And then when was it? It was like September of 2019. I was like, let's do stand-up now too. So it's actually good because it gave me something to do during pandemic, because I'm not about to do virtual Zoom improv. I'm sorry. Yeah, and the difference for me, I don't know. I could be way off base right now. I feel like LA focuses more on like the career aspect of it, where New York focuses a lot more on like the craft aspect of it. I don't know. Maybe I sound like an asshole right now.
No.
No. You're just using words.
Yeah.
Using words.
You're using
That's
words.
my
We like it when you
generalization.
talk words.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. I've actually noticed that a lot of New York comedians or East Coast comedians, because a lot of them live in New Jersey too,
That's true.
tend to have much more intellectual humor compared to comedians here out West Coast, where it's just a lot of either slapstick humor. Usually the ones that succeed here are because of networking or people they knew, which is, I mean, someone is connected to someone here in LA. It's a really small world here.
Definitely.
But I honestly feel like, yeah, that's right. I feel like there's art in craft form in New York, and there is here in LA, but I feel like that's the main feature over there. Not to mention a lot of the Tonight shows are over there too.
Find it hard to breathe when I'm networking.
Well, that's where the Comedy Cellar is, in New York. So, I mean, and it's not easy to, become a regular there. You have to, try out for I can't remember the individual's name, but yeah, I saw a whole thing on that. That looks tough.
Well, that's where the kid for Zachary Taylor Thomas went. You got to try out for him.
Oh, jeez.
He tried out and he's still auditioning.
Yeah, he's like, that sounds very funny, but can you do an Aru? From where I come, that's very, very successful. Can you do an Aru?
Oh, man almighty.
That's horrible.
So baseball, Ronnie, baseball. Okay, so I've become familiar that you have a deep love for stats and baseball. Is this correct?
This is very correct. I grew up a huge baseball fan, and I'm a huge Boston Red Sox fan who grew up in Connecticut, which is like, you're either a Red Sox, Yankees, or Mets fan, but like it's always fighting. But I moved to LA in 2017 and 18, and I fell in love with the Dodgers, and I haven't told anyone in my family. So I'm like coming out of the Dodgers fan moment.
It's interesting because like my wife is a Yankees fan, so she didn't like the Red Sox, and we actually flew out to New York just to see one game in the old. I'm not the baseball fan. She is. Cool. To see it in the old stadium before they went to the new one, the one they closed down. And we were there, and A-Rod's 500th hit. Yes, he hit it with steroid arms, but it's fine. He hit it, and it came like within seats of us. Like we got really good seats because somebody knew someone when we were out in New York, and it was great. And then we were drunk on the subway after.
Yeah, we all get drunk on the subway.
Oh. Yeah.
Could you not catch the ball because you were really short? Did you have short hands too?
And I was really drunk. Like I don't catch things when I'm sober. Well,
I'm not
the athletic type. No, just more self-deprecation. There you go.
I'm into it.
Okay, now we're back. Sweet.
Wait, what happened?
No, everyone was frozen for me for whatever.
Oh, now we're back. Sweet. That didn't happen to the rest of us. We got confused with what you're saying. Now we're back. Sweet. It's like, dude, Steven's got the good edibles. Like,
you missed all of the best comedy that will ever happen.
Damn it. So if you had two teams that you deeply love that you would like to see play the World Series of Baseball, which two teams?
I mean, luckily I got that in 2018 because my Red Sox played the Dodgers in the World Series. And so but like, I couldn't even get over, like, I'm still a Red Sox fan so much that I cheered for them in that World Series. I was like, I hope the Dodgers make it next year, which they did. So the Red Sox and the Dodgers won in two separate, like, back-to-back years. So I got to see both of that over the course of 2 years. It was great.
That's awesome.
I'm not upset at all.
Hey, we should have won, huh?
Oh, we won. We did it.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry.
This is so random, but it tripped me out. Dana, for a moment, I thought you had a stethoscope on, but then I just realized that it was your hoodie.
It's your hoodie.
Oh, the white line thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You mean Dr. Dana?
Yes, Dr. Dana.
Dr. Dana.
Okay. Let's see. So we had a conversation where you were telling me that you also love radio, and you dabbled into radio, correct?
Yeah. Before I did improv, I was like, I'm gonna be a radio DJ because that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and while I was there, the school shut down. So I had to like on and roll. I have a story, but I don't know how much is true because I've never been able to look into it. But if you want to hear like a maybe rumor that's kind of fun about Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Sure.
Cool. So the guy who owned, the reason the school shut down is, the rumor is, and I hope it's true, is the guy who owned it also owned a porn production company. And Connecticut found out that he was using grant money for Connecticut School of Broadcasting to fund his porn.
Oh, to get extra fluffers.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, the thing that while we were there, I do remember him saying, like, the two jobs I could get you are either work in porn production or I could get you a job at WWE production. Those are like the two promised things that we could get.
So porn or almost porn?
Yeah, porn or just dude. Yeah, so then they reopened, but I like a year later, but I was just like, nah, I'm not going back.
Wow, they literally said, take a shot on us.
Like a shot.
I'm glad that I finally met someone who's also been offered porn as work, but not as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fluffer and boom and fluffer.
Wait, oh, did you say boom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually what I was offered.
No, I was a boom operator when I was offered, hey, it pays. Come do the set. You know, it's a little awkward the first time, but after that, it gets pretty easy.
You're reminding me of this TikTok. Yeah, you guys know I mention TikTok all the time. But I'm not sorry to interrupt, but you just reminded me. There is a boy who puts videos of him going to work with his dad, and he's the sound guy for pornographic movies.
Wow.
A boy? Like, how old is he? Is he sitting there playing with the Switch?
I think he's like 13 or 14.
Okay, all right.
So he just TikToks himself as his dad's working.
Oh, Lord.
The background you have.
He's making a song to this. I'm gonna get up and go. Anyway, cover that song.
Oh, Lord. Oh my.
That's the speed, right? Because in reality, it's this, and then you go to sleep quick.
You go to sleep quick.
That's how you go to sleep.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So if we do this noise in front of your wife, Dan, it's just going to trigger PTSD?
Not PTSD. Visions of joy. How dare you?
Visions of joy.
There's only a few things I do well. Anyway.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, that's too far. It's all right.
What the
You know,
hell, Ed?
okay. My cousin is telling me I got to tell this story. So I'm not going to cut into Ronnie's time too much, but he's saying I got to tell this story. When I was a boom operator, Ronnie, I did not do porn, but I got pretty close. And what I did is I ended up working on this movie where a Korean director directed his own daughter as the lead in a movie where her life was going south. And it consisted of a lot of sex scenes with her and different men as he's directing her. And that's where I got to hear a director
Awkward.
say it during a scene with his own daughter there going, fuck her harder. Make it more realistic. Fuck her harder. And I'm just like, I will never forget this, and neither will my cousin. This was, oh my gosh, so many years ago, over 20 years ago. He still remembers the story. Did I just kill the room? Never mind.
Yes, you
No.
did. It is dead. It is buried.
Dana's like, what the hell did I walk back into?
Right now,
What are we talking about?
right. The room has been cremated. Like it's.
But that would be
It's my
creepy.
career experience. Thank you.
I mean, can you imagine having someone like, you go to work and it's your dad or your mom directing the movie and it's an awkward scene like that? Fuck that, bro.
No.
But
Oh,
you
thank
guys,
you.
Mario Van Peebles, Melvin Van Peebles. So when I can't say it. When Melvin Van Peebles did Sweetback's Badass Song, Mario was a child and was in the movie. And he's talked publicly about some of the scarring from that experience because there were, something. I've never seen it, but just it's amazing. The dads, are the.
But my question is, what type of scarring? Like scarring, like I have now erectile dysfunction because of the trauma I went through as a kid, or is it now I gotta fuck everything in sight because I'm trying to recreate the memories I had with my dad? Like, what kind of trauma does that
all
give
just
you?
awkward and weird.
I think a lot of it is just emotional, psychological, and obviously without being a therapist, it affects your choices. And Mario Van Peebles is very public about this, but like he was great actor and great film director, producer. He actually, like, I taught he has two sons. What is it when kids are like the same age, but they're not actually twins?
Irish twins.
What is Irish twins? So he has a wife and he had a woman and children at the same time. And I had both of these kids in as they were ninth graders taking algebra for me. But anyway, so I just say that I think people a scarring, to your point, is like, it's obviously subjective, but I think if people say I want to be here, but I'm existing here, like I don't know that he wanted to be the guy that had a wife and had a girlfriend and whatever. I think he probably just wanted to be a person who did whatever, and all of that comes out of whatever you've been through,
Yeah. So real quick, not to change the subject, cassettes, CDs, or vinyl?
Oh man, I love all three. I made cassettes. I have a fun, quick story about cassettes if you want that.
Sure.
When I was a nerd when I was in like 7th grade and 8th grade, and I'm 35. So when I was in 7th and 8th grade, CD burners aren't out yet, right? And I wanted to figure out how to make custom cassette tapes, but I didn't have a way to record it from my computer to my cassette player. So I figured out how to take 2 sets of headphones, cut them up, and tie the 1/8-inch cables together and record that way. And then this girl that I had a crush on who lived next door found out that I could do that. And then she tricked me into making her the Slim Shady LP cassette tape. And then she's like, come on over. I'm just getting out of the shower. And I was too nervous to do anything. So I put it in her mailbox, rang the doorbell, and ran away.
What was the age difference? I'm just curious.
Oh, we were the same age.
Oh, okay. Oh, Ronny, come on.
Oh, shut up. I regret it every day.
That's funny.
Was that the album where he had all those songs about like beating his ex up and
no, that's the next album.
That's the next.
That's my favorite album.
That's not, yeah.
Oh man almighty. So
it's interesting that you say that, because like as a musician myself, I actually prefer CDs, and the only reason why is because they last longer. Mm-hmm. And I want you to lose my CD somewhere. I've given my CD to people and say, no, just lose it somewhere. In 100 years, someone might pick it up and it will play for one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason why. I understand there's this whole argument about the warmth of tone and stuff, but it's like, yeah, but I still want you to hear my song, even if it's through a grainy radio. Here.
So was that cassette, vinyl, or CD? If you had to pick one.
I'm gonna go with cassette because it was the easiest to like make your own playlist on.
Okay. Stacy, cassette. You weren't even born.
Yes, I.
You were okay.
At the end.
Yeah, I'll take that. You know what? I remember how complicated it was to rewind a stupid cassette. Like I remember having to grab the pencil and rewind it. So I'm gonna say CD.
Okay, Dana, CD, cassette, vinyl. Which one?
A lot of memories locked up in vinyl. Like maybe not practical, but a lot of memories locked up in vinyl. And I am forever in love with vinyl artwork. Like, I love like size. It's not like, because you can get artwork on cassettes. I mean, not cassettes, on CDs, which are probably my second. But vinyl.
Vinyl onesies, everyone.
Vinyl onesies. Myself, I would say CDs, but I do have a deep love also for cassettes, because I would steal music off the radio. My dad had a semi-expensive radio he hated me using. Eventually, he didn't care because he got a CD player. But those little smaller compact ones. but I was able to record stuff off of the legit radio while the music was playing. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have something that I thought was very interesting and fun. Pretend we are network executives, and I want you to pitch us the wildest and craziest idea you have for a sitcom. All right, go.
Oh my God. So thank you for having me today in this pitch meeting. I'm glad to be in Hollywood right now. So I have this idea for a sitcom. Are you ready to hear it?
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay. I want to create a game show where it's just dogs. All the contestants are dogs, and the game show is called "Is It Food?"
Ooh.
Is it
I'm
food?
pretty sure it's on Animal Planet. What's different about it?
Well, what makes it different is all of these dogs are secretly furries.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
So
gonna say
That's going to
we're
do
gonna
great
be
with the
eating
people
furries.
advertising Brawny.
what were we gonna say, Stacy?
I'm like, what are we on? Is this gonna go on Epix, HBO Max?
Also, Dan can boom this whole thing. So
Yeah. I like to pick up the sound of the fuzz.
The fuzz.
Who would be
The
your
fuzz, the
who are you
petting.
considering as your lead actor or actress? Who do you have
Okay.
envisioned in a furry costume?
I'm glad you asked because we're going to rewind a few years ago, and I want Screech to be my guy.
Ooh, Dustin Diamond.
Dustin
Okay.
Diamond, rest in
Okay.
peace. Dustin
Okay.
Diamond is my furry.
Is
Or
that
like-
because you watched his tape? Is that why you
Yeah,
saw his
I love
performance and he fit the
Screech.
role?
Yes. Yes,
It's
Dan.
because you could fit just inside of his anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, I'm hoping this can get made.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
And it's called Balls of Furry.
Balls of furry. Dan, what are your thoughts, sir? Shall we invest?
I like it, but we got to get Tom Cruise to get in there and do his own stunts.
Ah,
Deal.
okay.
I'm down.
Yeah. He can be in the tiger suit.
Mhm.
Is tiger right for Tom Cruise?
Well,
Maybe
no,
Jaguar. Maybe Jaguar. No, maybe.
I have for Tiger, I want Tiger King.
Ah.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let's give him Bobcat. And no, we have
That's
Bobcat for
Bobcat.
Bobcat. Yeah, we have Bobcat for Bobcat. We'll figure this out. We'll write something in.
Also,
Stacey?
Tiger Woods might be the tiger.
Oh, your dog wants some input on that, actually.
Oh,
Stacey.
the target demographic. Well, one of them is right there.
Hey, would you watch a movie about furries?
It's a
No,
game show.
don't get
Game
off
show.
me! Don't let
Game
me!
show.
Oh my gosh, he
It's a
got
game
excited
show.
He
about that
loved it.
question.
He loved
Yeah.
He loved it. All right.
I'm traumatized,
Yes.
but he loved it.
He loved it slowly. That's what he did.
Slowly.
I love adding that to the end of sentences.
So this is greenlit. I'm taking it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have our guys call your guys, and yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh man.
This shit better get nominated for an Emmy.
It's getting all of the EGOT all at once. I promise you that.
Oh my goodness.
EGOT, not the guy from Ghostbusters. Back to Ghostbusters 10. That was Egon.
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 That's when someone steals your EGOT. It's Egon.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Or when the guy from Ghostbusters is no longer here, Egon. And anyway, too dark.
Oh, jeez. So, what's one of the craziest things you've ever heard yelled as a suggestion while you were doing improv?
Can I want to answer that question. I have a separate thing that I would like to answer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's a politician.
Well, the things that people yell for suggestions are always the same things. Of like, if they're like someone trying to be smart or funny, they just yell pineapple or dildo. It's always like those two, no matter what, because they think like you can't do improv with pineapples or dildos. But my favorite thing that I've heard yelled at a comedy show, and this has been written publicly, so I don't feel bad about saying it. We know the actor Paul Sorvino, correct?
Oh, yes.
All right, so
I will have to look him up.
Paul Sorvino.
Uh-oh. He paused.
Hello, are you there? It's me,
It's me you're looking for.
Mario.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, is that her dad? I was like, I know Mira.
Oh, we can't hear you,
wait.
Dana.
Oh, okay. What about now?
There we
Oh,
go.
who-
Yeah,
you
we
guys
can.
are- oh,
I
that's-
think it's actually funny because, like, if you look at Paul Sorvino, the fourth picture is Harvey
Weinstein?
Weinstein.
Yeah, he's in a lot of Miramax movies.
I guess I forget that there is an age difference. So you guys don't know who Paul Sorvino is, other than in reference to Mira Sorvino. So
I was
yeah.
like,
I
I know
know both.
Mira, but who's
Right, okay,
Paul?
okay.
That's like Google.
He's in a lot
Like,
of
oh,
movies.
that's her dad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was a big actor. Oh, we lost Ronnie. What happened?
He's
He got
gone.
frozen.
He'll be back.
When your heart's not open. Ooh.
He went to go write that screenplay, like, or that script. He was just like, I'm so inspired
gotta
right
go.
now that I need to think about grown ass men in dog costumes.
Oh,
Thinking about
that's so
joining a
bizarre.
dog show.
I was
in
watching
That's
some-
Tijuana.
grown ass men. I mean, otherwise it's gonna have problems like a Netflix special. Ronnie's coming back.
Wow.
He's back. How was your inspirational run?
Back.
Your inspirational run?
So sorry. I had my phone, my computer not plugged in, and the battery just died without me noticing.
Oh, it's all good.
So where were we at with Paul Sorvino?
Paul Sorvino story. So Paul Sorvino used to go to comedy shows. I used to run a theater in New York called The Pit. And Paul Sorvino would go to shows there, and he would heckle by yelling things like, "Oh man, you're all a bunch of liberal idiots," while we were like doing improv. So I got to watch Paul Sorvino yell at improvisers as they were doing improv for being too liberal.
You do know that the fourth picture when you look up Paul Sorvino is Harvey Weinstein, right?
Oh my God, is it?
Yeah, it's a picture with him and Harvey Weinstein. But I don't know, like juxtaposed or something. I mean, the guy did work in, but maybe he gave him a handy. Who knows?
Miramax hired countless actors, producers, and so on and so on. So it's hard to not find someone who's in some way connected to Harvey in some way.
But to have
But
it like one of the pictures
Yeah,
that
well-
shows up with you.
What's crazy? Did you hear about? Okay, well, this is an older story, but I just saw a video of the like it was a Q&A with Kevin Smith, and he was talking about Dogma. Do you guys remember that movie?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay,
course.
so he really wanted to make a
Dogma.
sequel. Yeah, so it's a great movie. He really wanted to make a sequel, but there was never any traction to it. And out of nowhere, Weinstein calls him and he says, "Hey, you know what? Dogma was such a great movie. Let's do the sequel. Get everything ready. We're going to go ahead. We're going to plan this. Come on, come on." And he was hyped up, right? A week later, everything happened, the Me Too movement and everything. And then Kevin said he talked to other friends of his that were directors, producers, and they said that they received the same call from Weinstein. So what Weinstein was trying to do was get all these people on his side using some type of leverage
Yes.
so it wouldn't bite him as this was all unraveling. It was insane. I couldn't believe it.
That's
I mean, it could,
disgusting to use Dogma in that way. Don't do that with that film.
Well, that,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
well
It had a
owns
poo
the
monster,
movies.
Yeah,
I did
Golgotha.
have a Puma. Oh, and what's your face played God?
Oh, Alanis
Yeah,
Morissette.
Alanis
Yeah.
Morissette.
Yeah.
Her portrayal of God actually, I'm a skeptic, but her portrayal of God I thought was perfect because it's all she did was come up, stay silent, and smile.
Yeah, I loved it.
Like,
I was
hey.
about to say that. I was waiting to jump in just to mention Alanis Morissette. I love
And Salma
Yeah,
Hayek,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Selma was awesome.
goddess.
I always love Chris Rock's rants in that too. No, you talking about Jesus's children, like brothers and his Jesus brothers and sisters. You think Joseph just after Jesus was born just let that sit there? No, it's a great rant.
Well, that really sucks. We're never going to get a sequel because in reality, it still belongs to Weinstein. Unless it's sold, that nobody's going to back that project up, even if Weinstein's brother.
These
whoever.
streaming
Don't worry.
services are going to get desperate here within less than a year for content because a
And-
lot of stuff's getting canceled.
Well, it's
Don't
not
be
even
sur-
streaming for that same reason because of its association to Weinstein. Because remember, Miramax was
I know Harvey
yeah.
and that other guy, his
It
brother.
might get it might become what's it called, public domain if Weinstein gets Epsteined.
Oh shit.
And then everybody's got those movies out.
Well, yeah, especially if the other brother, Harvey's brother, gets any charges at all. Yeah, there a lot of that stuff.
Oh, he knew about it. That's the
Oh
most
no,
disgusting
of course.
thing.
I think they all did. Every assistant he had did. So tell us about the naked lady that was at the improv open mic.
Yes, this is like 2013 or 2014. I had just started doing improv, and so it was an improv open mic. So what they do is they put your names in a bucket and they pull out like 5 names. So you're performing with random people, and I was waiting to go up, and some woman is on stage and out of nowhere starts ripping her clothes off and starts screaming, "My baby got kidnapped, my baby got kidnapped." And we're all like, what the fuck is going on? And then she like she was like completely naked, lifted her stomach up, to show her C-section scars. And we were just all like, what is going on? And then someone finally like wrestled her stage, but like she was naked. And I'm still to this day not sure if it was like performance art or if she just had like something going
Mental
on.
illness or something.
Yeah, if someone's wrestling her, and she's like, "No, wait, it's about to get funny. Just let me finish."
That sounds like
Poor lady.
that sounds like a breakdown. That sounds like a real breakdown, just for real. Like that sounds like a breakdown. Honestly.
Oh
It was
yeah, just to get buck naked.
Because I think that's
yeah.
it just sounds specific. I wasn't there. Obviously, I wasn't there, but it sounds specific, especially if we're lifting our belly to show our C-section scar. Like, that's specific. That sounds like a breakdown. Because if I'm doing comedy, if I ever did comedy naked, if there is a belly to lift, I'm not lifting it to show you guys my C-section scar.
I've never even let a man see me naked. We always do it in the dark. That woman was having a breakdown.
Yeah, she was definitely. That's what I'm saying. Like,
out.
When I left my belly,
if we're being specific about C-section scars, like I think that's just. I'm just saying because I have one, but I'm not.
My wife does too.
That's not my thing.
Yeah, when I left my belly, just crumbs fall out.
Wait,
I looked at mine and a bird came out.
what?
Yeah, not just a normal like sounding bird, like a raptor shoots out.
Oh my.
Wait, random question. Like, you know how women have like the belly, right? Like if they have the muffin top, they call that a fupa. What do men call theirs?
A gut? A gut?
A gut is what we all.
I was today years old because I've heard FUPA before, but it's an acronym.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Like I learned today. I don't want to get it wrong, so I want to make sure.
That's the first I've ever heard that word.
That's what people have been saying, and I've heard it before because
a full-on puffy abdomen.
No,
fat,
it's the muffin top.
It's so the medical name for it is a panis, PANIS. That's the biological medical.
Oh wow, panis.
And that's a real, it's a real thing. Women, especially women who've had C-sections, had childbirth, the fat begins to do this thing. But FUPA is fat upper pubic area, and sometimes people will say fat upper PUSSY area. But that is
Ronnie says that, I bet.
But I just learned today on a workshop. I didn't know it was I didn't know it was an acronym. I just thought somebody had come up with a stupid word, but it's an acronym.
Yeah, be like Trump grabbed me by the fupa. Yeah.
So what do us men call our fupa?
Okay, whatever.
We call it success, Stacy. It is the sign of success. We've gotten what we wanted in life.
You mean the meals we wanted?
Tired.
We got the meals that we wanted.
It's crazy. Like I got lucky in that sense where like I don't have that. But my ass has like a little, like it looks like an ass fupa for some reason. I don't know why I told you.
Everybody, let's discuss Stacy's ass fupa
Close
for
your eyes,
the next
visualize.
20 minutes.
Close your
Ed
eyes,
has the
visualize.
best comment. I keep my t-shirt on. There it is.
There
That's what I
you
say.
go.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ed.
We
Yes.
call it corporation.
Yeah, we call it the corporation.
I
We
looked-
call it
We get the
FUDs.
FUDs.
It also says it's
Yeah,
called
look
bay
it up.
window.
Fuda. For guys, it's Fuda, and it's fat upper dick area.
Fat upper dick
According to
area.
Urban
But I like
Dictionary,
to
I
do-
didn't make that up.
Yeah, that's weird.
I
It is
cannot
like-
wait for like the ads you guys are gonna get after googling that.
Fupa.
So I don't want to body
It's not the
shame
same.
anybody, but whenever you see a man with the perfectly round body going on, I have so many questions. I just don't know anybody like that personally where I can have all the questions about that. And none of those questions sound nice. So never mind.
What?
Like a perfect when you see that guy that looks like Mr. Eggman from Sonic, and you're just like, what the hell's going on there? And how is life for you? And I have all these questions. I don't know anyone that looks like Eggman, but yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
That's
And
an
you know what I'm
interesting
talking about,
topic to
gamers.
end this show on.
No, we can't end it on Eggman.
Yeah, ended on it.
Well, you can't like the Sonic games end with Eggman, but he usually gets beat, and that's not nice. But I want to ask Eggman questions like, what does a chair look like at your house? Like all those things. Eggman.
A chair.
What the fuck?
That's random as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to get into a hammock? How was it?
Ooh. Ooh.
You know, I always thought my thought process was really insane, but then I met Dan.
Yeah, I make people feel better.
Make you feel better. Oh man! If you can, this will be the last question. To make it really quick, what is a favorite place to hang out or eat at in Connecticut, New York, or Long Beach? One in each.
One in each. All right. In Connecticut, I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. We have a place called Elm Diner. I lied. I take that back real quick. New Haven's got the best pizza in America. I will throw that out there right now and fight anyone who disagrees. So
Hear that, New York?
better than New York pizza.
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
have-
Give it.
I have no word on good pizza because I eat Pizza Hut, so I have no say in that.
Yeah,
I'll take
whatever.
your word for it.
Hey, there's no Pizza Hut shaming either, Stacy.
Yeah, they have stuffed crust pizza. I'm gonna eat that shit all day.
Eat that all day.
Okay.
All right. New York. What's the
Get
best
that
place?
poopa.
It's all about Joe's Pizza in New York. We're just talking about pizza today.
Nice.
I don't know.
nice.
Long Beach. What I have today? I had something really good, and I'm forgetting what it is. My brain blanked. I got a place that had really good fish and chips, and it was called Firkin. That is what it was called. I was trying to remember because my friends were like,
Firkin?
oh, they
Firkin?
couldn't spell fucking wrong.
Firkin?
Those are
Firkin.
freaking delicious.
It's like a
Firkin
merkin, but fuzzier.
Yeah, it's called Firkin Pub and Grill in Long Beach, and I
Oh
really
my
liked
gosh.
it.
Oh, okay.
Firkin. Wow.
And you said the place in New York was called what again?
Joe's Pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's those signs
Joe's
that say
Pizza.
eat at Joe's, they all talk about that place.
Firkin, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've heard about Joe's Pizza. I believe a guy recorded his calling there, and the guy answered the phone. And it was like, it's 10 a.m. And then the guy was like, yeah, I want to order a pizza. He's like, we don't open till 11 in the morning. And he's like, well, why are you answering the phone? Because I'm prepping shit. Like, he literally started cursing him out in his heavy Italian, like Jersey Italian accent. And then everyone in the comments is, that's how you know it's good pizza, when they verbally
Assault you?
abuse you.
Yeah.
That's like when I went to Philadelphia and I went to go get one of those pizza by the slices over there because at the time, like when we were touring, I would go get pizza with the one vegetarian in our band like every night. And I just didn't have a lot of money, so it's cheap to get pizza everywhere. Anyways, we go into a place, get pizza by the slice, and I look at the guy and go, I'd like some ranch with this. The guy looks at me, picks up a thing, puts it on the counter, he goes, you said blue cheese wrong, and walks away.
What the hell?
And he gave me blue cheese instead. He's like, fuck you and your ranch, you California piece of shit. Now there's you eat blue cheese here.
What the hell?
Loved it.
What the hell? What the hell?
And it was good too. I learned to love blue cheese thanks to that, man. It's not good for me or anything.
Okay, that's a great origin story.
That's my origin story. I am the worst superhero.
It's just
Damn.
blue cheese did it.
Yeah, blue cheese did it. That's
He
how
was
I
just
clear a
feeling little
room.
blue.
All right. We
Well,
want
it's
to.
been great.
Yes, we have to definitely have you on another time as well. We loved having you on and hanging out with us, Ronnie.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
We will
Yeah.
have to get to a segment next time with you that we were planning. Eventually, you're going to come back, do some improv with us.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely. I'm always down for improv.
Yeah, and that's not innuendo either. I mean,
It is for
you do
me.
some improv. Oh, okay. All right.
Improv.
But Dan, you have to make a promise that you're not going to flash him and show him your Fuda.
His chichis
My Fuda, yes.
or his Fuda.
My Fuda, yeah.
I'm a
My
foodie.
full-on dick anus, yes. Full-on dick anus. Got it. I like words.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching on this very awkward ending. Ta-da!
Ronny Pascale, see him
Thanks,
on
guys.
Instagram right there and on TikTok and everywhere. And he does comedy shows. Look him up.
Thank
Do it.
you.
Look me up. Bye,
Do it.
y'all.
Oh,